Hello guys, welcome to the vlog. My name is Apollonia and today I have a video that I've seen, going around social media, and it's about this woman who is married and she's just tired. You can tell like she's tired. Today it's a sad video. I feel for this woman for what she's going through. And I'm telling you right now, like so many marriages are going through this, so many women are going through this, and most of them are just quiet. And I appreciate such women who have strength to come online and just tell their stories, because this is what helps most of us. Yeah. When people are in trouble and they share their problems, it kind of helps other people. And I appreciate this woman for sharing her story. And I know it's not easy. And I feel like when a woman just finds like social media is like the only help or salvation, I feel like they have had it, and you can tell it from her face. From her face, you can tell that this woman is done, is tired. And I feel like she's in denial or something, but she just doesn't want to be with this person, with this man she's talking about. I mean, it's just that. Anyway, let's listen to her story, and we'll talk as we go.
So my husband and I have been going the fuck through it. Question. Do y'all's partners have a set thing that is their responsibility in the house with the kids? Because we have 2 kids, and he's supposed to be the bathrooms. That hasn't worked at all. He doesn't do the bathrooms until they're gross. Okay. So I kicked him off of bathrooms, and I was like, I will do them because they need to be done once a week. It's called being sanitary. It's a bathroom, right? Can you tell I'm mad? So then I asked him, I said, you know what? Like in my own head, I'm like, you know what? I don't think he understands what all it takes to clean the kitchen. Because he always bitches about how he cleans the kitchen when all he does is load and unload the dishwasher. And sometimes, well, like once a week, he'll hand wash dishes. And he's like, well, I clean the kitchen. And it's like, no, bro. No. The freaking canisters next to the stovetop need to be wiped down. The countertops need to be scrubbed and wiped down.
Oh my gosh, she can barely breathe. Like you can tell how angry she is about this issue. And yeah, let me tell you one thing. Like most men think like cleaning the kitchen is just cleaning the dishes, or removing whatever is in the countertop or something like that. But it's more than that. It's checking what is on the floor. Maybe something fell on the floor or something like that. It's wiping the wall near the stoves. It's wiping the stoves too. It's washing the sink. It's removing the food that was left there in the sink or something like that. I'm very sure most women have gone through this, whereby when we watch the kitchen, everything is sparkling, everything is clean, spotless. And when we ask them to wash the kitchen, the countertop has some drops of water or some food, or stuff left, or the trash is not thrown or something like that. I do understand this, and it's very common actually than people think. And let me tell you one thing: it's these small things that makes marriage really difficult. And it makes them difficult because the woman is always saying, oh, did you do this, did you do this? It's like following your little son, like did he wash this, did he clean this, did he and do you imagine here you're dealing with the adult? Yeah. And you know what makes me mad is that if these guys are working in a restaurant, let's say like a waiter, and they're working in a restaurant or even a club, a bartender, they clean the countertops, they clean the kitchen, or they clean the utensils or something like that. They do a very good job. I think it's because they're being paid, yeah. But when it's at home, you have to fight with them to do this. Why does this happen like this? When you're paying a man to do this stuff, they will do a very good job. I don't know if you ever realized that, because most of these men are working in the industries whereby they're expected to clean, yeah, and they clean. So when it's the boss saying clean, it can be clean. But when wife is just asking, clean, we don't want cockroaches, clean before sleeping. Let's make the kitchen clean, so that we don't attract these rats or whatever, cockroaches or something like that. I don't know, I feel like it's just most of them just do it because it's free, and hey, it's not really my job. You do that, it's your thing, you do. And it drains women. And you know what, it compiles and comes from this small thing, and it becomes this huge thing that gets to this level. This woman is pretty much like done with this guy. Anyway, let's continue with this story.
all the little things that get added up on the counters need to get gone through, put away, decluttered, and cleaned off. And yesterday I asked him to help me clean the kitchen. This was before we left for a program that we were doing for the kids. I'm their homeschool mom. That's my full-time job. And cook. And night maid, because he sleeps upstairs on a different floor from us and does not help out from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. Can you tell we have issues? So I was like, hey, I need you to start doing the kitchen for me. It'd be really helpful. And we were leaving to go to this event, and so I woke him up. He slept in. Like, I woke him up right at like 9 or something. And I was like, hey, we've got to go to story hour. Can you work on the kitchen for me while we're gone? Yeah, sure, of course. And I was like, well, okay, just please make sure when you're doing the kitchen, like, you do all of it, not just the dishes. I need the counters cleaned off and wiped down, including the counter behind the stove, because when I get home, I really want us to be able to decorate. We have like a 15 foot long countertop right there, and it has a lot of open space normally when it's not cluttered. And I was like, I really want us to be able to put our Halloween decorations up there. So can you please make sure to like wipe off the counters and the stovetop too when you do that? Of course. Okay. So we got home 2.5, 3 hours later, and he was doing his oil change on his car. And he told me he did the kitchen. It was done. There were still a pile of dirty dishes on the stovetop that need to be washed. Like, you didn't even do the dishes, let alone any of the extra stuff. So I was like, hey, can you please finish the kitchen? And he like lost it. He was like, oh yeah, I have to do whatever you command. I must stop whatever I'm doing and just bow down to your. And it's like, no, you're done with your oil change now. Can you please come back in and finish the kitchen? Right back at you. You prioritize your own thing instead of something that I asked to be done for our whole family. And that was at like 12:30 noon, and the kitchen never got done. He spent the whole day belittling me, arguing with me, yelling at me, all because all I wanted him to do was the kitchen. And he starts picking up the floor, and I was like, I've got the floor. Please go do the kitchen. He started doing it. I've got that. Please go do the kitchen. Because I've been doing the kitchen for over 3 years that we've been living here. I just wanted a break. I wanted him to understand what it took to do the kitchen from top to bottom by himself.
I feel like women need to stop wanting men to understand, because they don't care. They don't want to understand. This guy definitely doesn't care at all. Like, how would she go and come back after asking something very, very easy to do, like just clean the kitchen? Like, it's the disrespect. This guy does not care at all. Like, doesn't care whatever she says, she's nothing to him. And I feel like women, we need to stop listening to what the men say and just watch what they're doing, because that tells everything. He was changing oil after you asked to clean the kitchen. He wanted to do other things, but what you asked, meaning, I don't care what you do. I don't want to be told by you what to do. Yeah. And I think this is where women just get fed up. I know she's fed up. You can tell from she's just done. She doesn't want to accept it, but I think she's basically emotionally out. She's tired. And I feel like by her bringing her story in social media, that's like the last straw. She knows, but she just needed that last confirmation, and maybe for him to see and hear from other people, because she's tired of telling them. And I feel like at this stage, the relationship is usually like done. When you are to this point, whereby it's just a guy belittling you and disrespecting you, and it's usually done. So I feel like she might even start packing or something like that. So yeah, guys, what do you think about this story so far? Comment down below and let's continue.
And yeah, it went really bad. And he refused. And I was like, this is really showing like truly who you are as a person. And I don't like it. And it's gross. And we've been having issues with our daughter and her treatment of me. And I've told him, I'm like, you need to evaluate like how you talk to me, how you speak to me. If you don't want G to speak to me that way, you can't speak to me that way because she mirrors you. And it kept happening throughout the day to where finally I was like, all right, well, G and I are going to go to dinner by ourselves because like it was getting bad. But anyways, him and the baby ended up coming to dinner. So I didn't get a break from him. And then we got home and he went upstairs and he went and played video games for an hour and a half and didn't finish the kitchen. So when I went upstairs to talk to him about it, he had no remorse. He had no care. I asked him to pull up his video game logged hours. If he thinks that, you know, he's like, I do everything around here. You don't fold and put away your kids' clothes. You don't clean the playroom. You don't clean the bathrooms. You never cook. Ever. Any meals. Any. You don't cook. You don't clean the kitchen. You don't mop the floors.
I will still never understand how some men cannot cook. How do you want to start a family and you cannot cook? Like, you can't make a meal. I'm not talking about noodles. I'm not talking about eggs. I'm not talking about, you know, boiling, I don't know, something. You cannot cook. You cannot make soup. You cannot make a sauce. You cannot make, you know, potatoes or something. How do you start a relationship like that? And as for us women, like, this is something we need to be looking at. Like, if a man cannot cook, how do you expect this person to feed your kids when you're not around? You know, because I know there's those men, like, for example, let's say for example you co-parent, yeah, and the kids goes to dad's place. There's this type of fathers that don't cook, not this range, and they just buy junk food, and your kid will be fed the worst food you can think of. You know, they will never see a meal. Whenever they were with the father, they never see a cooked meal. It's only ordering in and all those crazy food. Especially now, junk food is just the worst thing, you know, you can feed kids. Like, how do it's sad. Like, there's men with children 2 3 and they cannot cook. They cannot feed their own children, you know, like from a kitchen, from okay, it just baffles me. And I don't feel like any man that cannot cook deserves a family. I'm sorry. Like, this means if the mother is sick, that's it. There's no food in that house. It's, oh my God, it's just sad. And anyway, let's continue.
You don't dust. Yeah, basically, what the fuck would y'all do? What would y'all do? Because we had a real harsh meeting last night. And he acted like I was a fucking angry, cranky bitch. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand what it takes to be a parent. I told him, I said, I'm at the point where you can go stay with your parents for a week and evaluate your relationship with me and your daughters. Or I'm going to go stay out for a week and you can use your PTO and parent solo for a week. I said, but respectfully, I don't think you're even going to make it through the week. I think you'll call me and you'll need me to come back, just be an emotional support for the girls because it's going to be that hard on them. And I said, and if I do come back, I will be here, but I will be doing exactly what you do. I'll be sitting on the couch, cuddling my kids, watching movies while you cook, while you clean, while you do laundry, while you do all the other things. He refused to pull up his Xbox hours. He refused to pack up his Xbox. He refused to set up a time limit of I can only play Xbox for 5 hours a week. Because you can like log into Xbox and set that up. He refused all of it. Threw a fit and said, well, just take the Xbox and throw it down the driveway then. Nobody. A year ago, when I asked you to stop with the Xbox and pack it up for a few months, you told me that if I ever harmed or destroyed your Xbox, it would be immediate divorce for you. Because that's where your priorities are. I already know how the comments are going to go.
Oh yeah, guys, and let's talk about men's hobbies. Men's hobbies. Oh my God. It's nice for men to have hobbies, yeah. But let me tell you one thing, some hobbies break families, yeah. Because men put so much in these hobbies and that's where they run to when they don't want to deal with family. For example, like men that go fishing. Have you ever had those men? They work the whole week from Monday to Friday and on Saturday they want to go fishing with their besties, yeah, with their friends, just to avoid those 2 days so that they can chill, yeah. what some other women go, the pain women go, because of men's hobbies. Oh, the mountain climbers, yeah. They are going to climb those mountains, and and they leave you at home worried, crazy worried, with kids to deal with. Every time they get a free time from work, they run to those hobbies just to avoid dealing with the family. I don't understand this man, seriously. And then gaming, yeah. Oh my goodness, like I don't know how a 40-year-old is sitting gaming while the mother is dealing with the kids in the other rooms. I don't know how men deal with this. And let me tell you one thing, like, women are so done, especially when it comes to men hobbies. Others have hobbies of drinking. Yeah, there's always something. Yeah, every time they get a free time, they are on the bottle, and you talk, you do what, nothing changes, and they run away. Every time you start talking about serious issues, especially with your relationship and all that, they run to that hobby because they don't want to deal with the hard stuff. They don't want to talk the hard stuff. Most women are dealing with this situation, guys. Comment down below what you think. Comment down below what you think about men's hobbies, because men's hobbies are marriage breakers. Some of these hobbies are just waste of money. Some of them men spend so much money on gears. Yeah, I don't know, the marathon runners, men, the gear that is needed, the cycling hobby. These hobbies, oh my goodness. As much as you want this guy to have a hobby, it also brings problem, you know. I don't know how I don't know where marriage life is heading to, because it's because of these small things. Actually, it's not because of cheating that marriages are ending. It's because of things like this. Hobbies and just men not wanting to do anything, especially when there's children. And the moms are having to do everything. Every emotional problem in that family with kids, it's all thrown to the mother, and the dad run away from it. It's just sad. It's just sad. Let's continue.
And it's fucking sad because he doesn't get it. He's not a safe person for our daughter. She has come to me multiple times and told me how she can't get hurt in front of him. She can't cry in front of him. She can't let her feelings out in front of him because he immediately goes to anger. I have begged for him to do therapy. Yeah.
Oh my God, poor lady. You can tell this woman has really gone through. You can tell she's tired, yeah? And the last thing she said is about when the kids start avoiding the dad because they don't feel safe around the dad or something like that. And it's usually sad, and the moms have to see this, yeah? There are kids who cannot go look for help to their dads. They always, even if the dad is home, they call you where you are, like, Mom, I'm having this problem, and their father is at home. Mom, I'm hungry, and their father is at home. So these guys are not even safe to be around with, with either the kids or the mothers. I don't know. And they think that because they're providing bare minimum, because those of them that brag that, oh, I'm the provider, I'm providing, they are basically providing nothing, bare minimum, and they claim, oh, I'm the one feeding you guys, I'm the one doing this for you guys, and it's pretty much nothing. And yeah, they think just providing that bare minimum is enough for for everything. Emotional support, nothing. Yeah, the emotional support is mother has to deal with that. It's so tiring to be with such people, and you can tell even by the face of the woman. Like, most of the time, if you want to see how a guy is treating their woman, just look at the woman. The woman face will tell you what she's going through. You don't even need to go far. You don't even need to ask questions. It shows in their faces how tired they are. And yeah, I really wish this woman just makes a decision, because this is not a person to stay with on a serious note. If she has strength, she should leave. But sometimes, most of the cases, most women don't have the money to leave. Most women don't know where to go, and that hence they stick with these people. Or maybe you have, let's say, 5 children. It's not easy to raise 5 children alone. But yeah, I'm just praying that everything goes well with this woman, and I hope you learned something today, guys. Comment down below what you think. Please share this video to people who want to go into marriages, because this woman basically summed up what marriage is. You know, she said the things that people don't talk about, the small things that people don't even think about, and this is what accumulates and makes marriage very hard for women, you know. So I hope guys you learned something. See you in the next video, and please don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, let's share our opinions, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.